David Meredith's birthday was the 27th of July, and my father's the 29th. Over the decades, we often celebrated them together. I've already blurred the events of Dad's hospitalization and death and funeral, but sometime during all of that, I called David. I hadn't been told of his own hospitalization and was shocked at the change in his voice. Some days after I returned to Santa Fe, David called with his condolences. He had no memory of my call to him from Illyria. That was the last time we talked. In the 33 years I knew David, he was one of my most generous and trustworthy friends, as well as a comfortable traveling companion. What memories I have, standing in front of Whitman's grave, his serious talk with young Celia Coolidge at the Metcalf's baby picnic, lunches at Monty's garden in Leominster, laughing and crying during Wayland Flowers' act in Provincetown, the first meal at my Morris Road house, pizza on the dining room floor after he'd helped me move in. The time Shami Chaikin asked his age and he almost choked. A concert on Bartok's lawn in Budapest. Posing among Greek ruins. Collaborating with Billy Berger on a collage at the Warhol Museum. And all those places in which he lived. He created a world in 2 rooms above a garage on Cherry Street in Kent when we met, and put his strong imprint on every other dwelling. His final home on Vine Street in Kent was the culmination. Treasures artfully arranged into a cozy and inviting spot. I tend to be a hotel person, but always looked forward to staying at David's. After returning from Dad's burial, I began working on a little book to give to David as a token of our enduring friendship. It was put forth in, quote, a private edition of 2, one for David, one for Alex, unquote. After he died, I felt that perhaps our friends would like to have copies as well. So I did a second edition, the same except for an addition of an introduction and final entry. And now I put together a sort of video version of the David book. Here we are in Budapest. This is with Bela Bartok's statue, one of our many trips. On Mount Olympus, Bill Berger took this in Pittsburgh. There's the 3 of us in the photo booth at the Warhol Museum where we did this collage. We went to Cadiz, where Clark Gable was born. And this, sent from Morocco, one of the postcard poems. At Rancho de Taos on David's only visit to New Mexico. And here's the book that luckily he got done before he died. These are the very last pictures I have of David. This is the final picture of David and I. Among the things he left in the will were his notebooks, his journals, which his sister sent me. You're always with me, David.